So it's hydrolyzed. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm not sure why my brain thought of the word hydrox. I think I said it like in two different ways too. I call it like hydroxylized, and then the other time I call it like hydroxylated or whatever. My God, Nick. So getting that out of the way, very aware of the mistake. I apologize. We're learning, you know. And I was looking at like, man, now I'm just like really getting into just watching so much shit about fitness and like the science behind it, just to like better understand just how the fuck this shit all works. And there was a video that, and I'm just again talking about protein, but there was a video that I watched where they were talking about how the fuck were they talking about it? The amount of protein that you take. I think it's like RDS or something. Like the recommended daily serving, I guess is what. I might be wrong. I apologize. I'll research it. But it's basically like the suggested value based on like the science to prevent muscle degradation, to keep up with your muscle mass, in case you are like active or you're working out and you're trying to gain muscle. All of those amounts differ, but the range now, because before what they used to say is if you take too much protein or if you try to intake too much, it could actually be bad for you, to where that absolutely wasn't fucking true. Like the science now absolutely proves that like taking more protein, well, obviously taking too much of anything is a bad thing, but about like 0.8 to 1.1 grams per pound is sort of like the magic range. If you're more on the active side, like me for example, I'm at like 170 or like 169 when I weighed myself this morning. So a suggested protein, or for me in my head, it's all dependent on your weight, right? So for me, because I'm 170, the calculation I got was about anywhere above 190, or you have to get to at least 190 in order for me to keep the mass that I'm trying to gain and gain more through working out, doing resistance training and stuff. Now, if you're not working out, you probably don't want to do that because protein does convert to fat. So if you take too much, you're just going to make yourself fatter, and I don't think that's what you want to do. So if you're living like a sedentary lifestyle where you're working from home, you're sitting for 16 hours a day, of which is really, really bad. You shouldn't really be fucking doing that anyways. But if that's just the lifestyle you're living, then you might want to tone down on, well, one, you might want to take a couple of walks for sure. Get up every 2 hours. Every hour, I'd say, if possible, just get up for like 15 minutes. If you have a standing desk, try standing up. But you don't want to intake too much protein, just because there are, again, it's just, if you, too much of anything could be a bad thing for you. So for anyone that's like 150, if you're chilling, if you're not really working out, maybe like 140 grams, right? Maybe 130 grams. And there's absolute science that shows like it, the breaking down doesn't happen in only like 1 or 2 hours or whatever, number that they try to say, like, oh, whatever you eat, it breaks down in 2 hours. It's happening all fucking day. Quite literally all day. And depending on like what stress you're putting your body under, the conditions, like whether you're working, what have you, that's gonna increase or slow down the rate of which that's happening. So I guess the real hack to this is figuring out, okay, how much do you weigh, and then 2, like, what are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to like just stay fit, or stay in shape to where you can get up walk, then maybe not maybe like focusing on protein just really isn't a thing for you. But if you are working out, whether you're trying to like lose weight, gain muscle, just this is something to consider for sure. And fuck, that's gonna segment into another thing that I was looking at, right? So like, for me personally, my preference as it stands, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna maintain, or I'm gonna maintain that stance, is I am pro natural. And apparently in this fucking day and age that we live in, we are so fucking spoiled that the belief in like what being natural is divided into categories. There are purist natties, realist natties, and relativist natties. Fucking really? Like, it's crazy. So, and I mean, it kind of makes sense. Yeah. So, a purist doesn't believe in taking anything at all. Like, so for me, for example, I'm already taking protein, right? You guys have seen me. I've been drinking protein shakes fucking since the start of this. To a purist, that's not considered natty. To them, it's, if you need to like take anything that is like sort of enhanced or what have you, it's not natty. The one thing I'll say about that is like, the only people allowed to truly fucking say that is if you have a farm, or if you have the ability to source your food from farm to table, to where you yourself can make sure that there was no processed foods, no chemicals, nothing, no enhancements, no growth hormones in any of the food that you're eating. The natural food that you're eating, right? The chicken breast that you're buying from the grocery store. If you yourself can absolutely tell me that you're bringing food from farm to table, and you can make sure there that nothing is processed and that's all natural, then you can have that perspective. You're a purist national. You're a purist natural for sure. Respect to you, man. But for any of y'all, if you're even taking vitamin D, vitamin C, fucking A, if you're taking a Tylenol, if you're taking a Flintstone gummy, that's not natty either then, just by that logic. So, really, just think about that. But we're here at the gym already, and we're gonna go ahead and start some chest. So I'll see y'all. You know what, fuck it. Oh, shit. So I got started without y'all. Well, let me check if the sound is good. Okay, good. Oh man, this is probably really loud. So this video might be loud, or this particular one. I apologize. The gain is kind of high. It'll be a good test for me, just so I can see how loud it actually is. But excuse me, this is our third one. Oh, I hope I don't hit my camera. I might. Holy shit. Let's move this just a little more this way. Okay. Oh. My chest feels pretty recovered. And of course I thought, hey, let's go hard on the inclines then. Stupid decision. But I think I like going harder on the inclines first, rather than having them be like the drop set or the burn set. Oh God, fucking death. Whoa. Oh, fuck. Whoa, whoa. God damn it. I wanted to do at least 8 of those. God. Whoa. Okay. We'll stick to 7. But yeah, like I was saying about, or I've said it before about barbells, is that you can't really push yourself too hard because, one, I'm not going to throw the bar, and 2, this thing right here, just a little too low for my taste, you know? I'm literally like, the bar's gonna hit my chin regardless. So, can't really push, as opposed to like dumbbells or like the machine. So I'm not really a big fan of these, but it's okay. So, we're finished with these. We can take off our weights, because we're good people. It's a tad bit. I feel like the chest machines are on heavy demand today. As soon as I finished my set, I already saw like a few people waiting. Man, this is where like the anxiety, at least for me, honestly starts to build up a bit, because if it's one thing, I'm a pretty big guy on like reading people or reading another person or trying to read them, just to like for the sole purpose of like consideration, right? So the one thing I don't like being is that guy. I should really try to do and I apologize if the music is loud right here. It's pretty loud. I think I'm right under a speaker. But I really should focus on, and I normally do this, but when it's chest day, I try to alternate between a push and a fly. I found there's less fatigue that way, and you could do more complete reps, like using your full range of motion, as opposed to, you know, trying to compensate with like either putting too much of a shoulder in because it's heavier than, you know, whatever it may be. Oh man. I think I just blew into the mic, I'm sorry. This should have probably been a drop set. I don't think it's wise to go up in weights. I'm kind of happy that I did go plates on the incline though. That was pretty cool. I normally, I'm used to doing 25s only, to be honest. So doing a 45 on an incline was pretty new to me. But I went 100 on this and I went 110. And now I'm gonna drop it down to 90. Ooh. And I always try to give myself like anywhere between 45 to 60 seconds. Anything over that, I feel like I'm kind of I give myself like 30 more seconds max on the minute. But because we dropped the weight, we want to pay attention more to our form because it should be easier to do. So don't get lazy. Come on. Oh. Now, just because we dropped the weight, clearly it doesn't make it any easier. Oh man. I'm definitely gonna try to find some flies right after this. Holy cow. Oh man, I didn't bring any of my protein shakes with me. I just noticed that. Darn. It looks like I'm gonna have to buy myself a protein shake right after this. First world problems, huh? First world problems. Oh gosh. Ugh. Oh god. Yeah. I mean, that's 7 total sets already, just for pushes, all in a row. So I think that makes sense that I'm failing right now. But I'm gonna take a breather real quick in between this. I want to take like 2 minutes, but we'll see. And drink some water, and then we'll find like a fly machine. So in this entire gym, there are only
2 pec flat machines. I'm not sure why. I mean, it's fine, but there's like, checking again if my mic's on. There's like a whole, like quite literally like a line. So we're gonna find our own little wire machine on the corner, on the edge of the earth of Gold's Gym, as I'd say. That way, I'm not really in anyone's way. And I could work out sort of in peace, where I'm just really able to pay attention to the muscles that I'm trying to work out. Because as we know, the mind-muscle connection is super important. Although I do want to do incline flies, for sure. I feel like I haven't done that in a while. I've done regular flies, I've done these, but I definitely want to, whether it's the machine or free weights, it's those are like the 2 things that are almost always occupied no matter what. It's like a guarantee that you're probably not going to get one unless like your first one here in the morning or you're one of the last ones here at night. Gotta make sure my back is slightly slanted. Straight, but slightly slanted. Oh, but continuing the talk on the whole natty thing. So, as I was saying, for the purists, right? Again, if you're taking vitamins or anything like that, you can't really say you're a purist natty, you know? And then the second in line that I was talking about was realist natties, which is sort of, I guess, where I am. So a realist natty is someone who just believes, like, look, if it's sourced from the same thing, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, let's say you have to eat 4 pieces of steak. Specifically, let's say like a ribeye, right? Now, as we know, the way the ribeye is, there's like a piece of fat, a whole layer of fat on the outside, the top cap, and then the eye. If you want the leanest part, you're gonna want the eye, right? Say you're trying to cut fat and you have to eat steak, or that's your option. You're probably gonna cut out the fat, right? You're not gonna wanna eat that part. Maybe not even the top cap. I don't know why you wouldn't. I think that's the best part of the ribeye. But just you doing that is literally like the same concept of whey isolate. You're just taking the shit that you want out of the milk, and instead of drinking the milk, you're drinking the shit that you want in the milk. You know what I mean? So that's like a realist natty's perspective. And the relativist is more of like it's like a person that like is natty, but they see both sides. It's sort of like an inclusive category, I think. Because if you're a relativist, you're still a natty, but like to be a relativist means you're not like purely a purist. But like just because you're not, I guess because they don't want to be mutually exclusive to like either realist or purist, that they want to be called a relativist, which I guess that makes sense too. Which would make me then a realist relativist because I could relate to the relativist. So where I was sort of alluding to with that whole natty conversation is because I am considering testing out creatine. And instinctively for me, when I first sort of was told about what creatine was, it felt like an enhancer to me, so I was kind of like on the fence about even giving it a thought. But I am giving it some thought now. Just because the science is almost too good to pass up. They were showing that anyone that was, between two groups obviously, like one placebo, one actually taking creatine, all the other conditions were the same. Creatine showed, on average, at least a 1 to 1.5 times more growth in muscle mass versus someone that was just taking the placebo. Both study groups were taking protein. Both are working out the same duration of time. And those numbers are, those are tempting. Not gonna lie. For me at least, because like my goal, and at the start of this, right, I kept saying like I just want to go to the gym and not die, but now I'm setting actual goals for myself that I want to reach, and the only way to really reach that is, well, I don't want to say the only way, but there are ways to reach it. And if there are natty ways to reach it, fucking why not? You know? So what I'm thinking of doing is coming up with a sort of a concoction that I'm gonna be taking like 3 times a day. Three times a day, which is going to be a combination of whey, collagen, creatine, and like something that they put in the creatine that you could take with the creatine called HMB. We're going to test that. I don't want to test it just yet. I want to test it after I do this this next in scan, and then I'll switch up. I'm gonna keep the workouts the same so the control is the same, but we're gonna be changing the supplements that we're taking. So I'm switching from IsoPures to this stuff, and that's gonna be the next thing that I want to study, that I want to explore. But I'm gonna move over to another fly machine depending on what's available. Oh God. So we have protein, the two types. We have creatine as well as HMB. All of which in my head is going to help promote muscle growth and retain muscle mass. Now let's talk about another way, which is I like to call it core, like QOR, which is the quality of rep. And there's a science that actually shows how long you hold your workout. Whew. How long you hold the workout for is it actually shows that, like, say you're so it actually showed that the amount of time that you take in your rep absolutely is sorry, I lost my train of thought right now. They had a graph, and I suppose as someone who's doing reps like this, for example, where they just go really fast in and fast out, if you actually take your time, on the graph it shows that, like, it is fully capping the amount of muscle stimulation that you get. So what I meant by quality of rep is when you really push the intensity on the in or on the concentric, and then let it out slowly on the eccentric, it showed that there was 3 times more muscle growth as just doing your reps fast and taking like about a second each rep. In short, it means there's a lot more damage happening, which is what you want. Whew. We're finished there. Oh man. And as I was saying, here, let me fix this real quick. It's a little tilted. This floor is kind of weird. But that machine is almost always, or those machines are almost always on heavy demand. And I placed my camera really bad. And remember, we're not going to be We're not entitled here, okay? This is not our show. This is not our gym. So don't go walking around the place like you own it and tell people what to do, you know? And in turn, no one really tells you what you can and can't do, but you have to give that same respect to everybody else. Otherwise, if you're not giving anyone respect and no one's giving you respect, then it's just the grounds for, or it's a recipe for disaster. You know, why do that? Everyone is here to help each other out. And I mean, she saw that she was in the way, and it's fine, you know? Or that she wasn't in the way. She wasn't in the way of anything. The camera is of no significance. The workout is more important. And as I was talking about quality of reps, I don't think I was really doing that here, but holy crap, man. I should be. So we'll try to do that in this next set. Just give me about 10 more seconds and I'll be ready. Ooh-wee. Okay. Man, I am absolutely looking forward to that shake right after this. I was trying to look online on how they make it, and I mean, obviously, it's not going to be a one-for-one recipe, but you can sort of get influenced by like the different recipes that you see based on like. And the only bad thing is you don't know how any of these recipes taste like, so. Oh God. So while you can see all these recipes, you're quite literally gonna have to try all of them just to taste test and sort of triangulate the flavor profile after singling out or weeding out the ones that you can taste that are familiar. And that's always fun. Or you can just go grab it by the people that make it better, or that have known how to make it for all this time. But that's what you pay for, right? The expertise, the knowledge, and the testing that they put in, the time that they put in. And they're enjoying the fruits of their labor, quite literally. And power to them, it's a great tasting shake. I mean, at its base it has like peanut butter. We know that. It's got cacao nibs. You can taste that. The lady said it's got dates in it. I think so. I don't know if I said peanut butter already, but obviously it has peanut butter and banana. Now I just need to know what juice they use, or if they use like a milk, like an almond milk or something. And there's obviously ice, but in making like a shake or a smoothie, you normally want like some sort of liquid to sort of dilute the mix. Otherwise, all that ice and all those chunks are just gonna get caught at the bottom. Unless you have like a $1 trillion blender, like the ones at like Jamba Juice or like those smoothie places, where they grind up like literally anything. Like you put your hand in there, good luck. Good luck. Come on. Nope. Couldn't finish that one. We're gonna stick to 3 on these. And we're gonna move over to the ab workouts of doom. I'll put this right here. Have it a straight shot. Put it back here so we're not in anyone's way, and we're all good. We are all good. I'm gonna use this wall here. Had to check if the mic is good. Always have to check if the mic is good. Whew. Oh man, it for some reason burns on the ball more. Holy cow. Ugh. All right, here we are. Home stretch. Why does time go so much slower right now? Fuck, I lost count. Oh, fuck. Feels like 50 seconds. Feels like it. I'll get 10 more. 2. All right. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. What the fuck? So we still got 2 more. And then I really want to try to get, I need to do declines, but I did declines already, like last time we did, or I did chest. But I wasn't able to do the incline fly, so I want to prioritize the incline fly first if I can. And then, depending on how much time we got, we're almost done here, so probably the incline flies, and then we'll walk it out. If the incline flies are on the bench, I might not be able to get a shot just because, well, you know, you know. But let's knock out one more on camera. Because my phone battery is getting pretty low as well. Who knew? Recording in 4K kills batteries. Surprise, surprise. Oh, God. Dude, this way, please. Thank you. Fuck it. It's just a burn at this point. It just burns. It fucking burns. Holy shiza. Oh god. I'm legit seeing stars right now. Whoa. I'm just gonna count right now in my head, if you don't mind. Oh. 70. Or at least I counted in my head 70. Oh. All right. Well, we got one more of those, and again, if I can't record the incline flies, I will see y'all at the walk-off. The walk-off. All right. Check. Wait. Hold on. All right. Cool. There we go. Always have to check the volume. The walk-off. And of course the shake. Big ups, man. The place is called a Protein Bar. And this is their PBLA. Peanut butter with some stuff. Some stuff. I'm gonna learn. And I might make a video on it too. But it's probably not gonna taste exactly like this. But I can get damn near close. Man, I totally just remembered that we have a check-in already at the end of the week. I was 169 this morning. Last time I was there, it was like 165. I haven't really, like, I've tried weighing myself, and I haven't really I haven't seen a 165 number in, like, I mean, what feels like forever. Like, this whole week, I don't think I've seen myself below 167. I've been waiting for, and I've tried to make sure that I empty all the tanks before I get on the scale, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, the obvious explanation or the obvious theory is that I'm actually gaining weight, and maybe now I'm burning less fat. Well, I don't want to make that assumption. But something's happening where I'm retaining more weight. Something's happening. But we'll see where we're at once we get scanned. I'm not sure if I want to do it because you could do it either Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. The last time I did it was on a Monday. I just don't know if I want to do it again on a Monday. Like, I'd rather go on like either a Saturday or a Sunday. You know what I mean? So probably the Sunday. Probably the Sunday. I wonder where I'm gonna be at. 18.5% body fat. Like, if I can even get to like realistically, I feel like it's gonna be like a 17.7 or like a 17.8. But if I get to like a 17.5 or a 17, man, that's winning in my book. Just because, like, I'm not really trying to cut fat, Well, I mean, not to like the extent that like I fully want to. Like, if I wanted to absolutely cut fat, I'd cut fat out of everything that I'm eating, like, and focus only on like carbs and protein. But like, see, the bad thing about, and this is just my personal opinion about it, is that the problem with dieting, extreme dieting, I guess is what I'll call that, is that like it's temporary. And like, you work at it, and as soon as you hit your goal, like, say like you have a goal to diet, removing like a certain thing out of your menu of food that you're allowed to eat for like 3 months or whatever. Once those 3 months are done, your brain psychologically is just gonna be so like, dude, I need gratification for this. I'm gonna celebrate. So you're obviously gonna have like a cheat day. But do you really think that cheat day is not gonna turn into like a cheat month or like a cheat year, or that like you're not gonna go back to where you were? I got news for you. That is literally how the endless cycle occurs. So that's my opinion on it. If you want to make a change, you have to literally tell yourself, I'm changing this for life. Or at least until I feel like I could, do something else again. But like with me, like, I didn't change anything about my diet. I just added working out into it. And that's why for me, realistically, losing like, going from 18.5 to 17, losing 1.5% of body fat when I'm not trying to, extremely. Like, I am trying to because I'm putting myself at a calorie deficit. But I'm not putting myself at like 1,000 like if I need 2,500 calories, I'm not like eating only 1,500, you know what I mean? I'm still like within reason staying there, but not that big. Like, it's a deficit, but it's not like an extreme one by any means. And on the other side of that token, I'm eating a fuck ton of protein, or I'm ingesting a whole lot of protein. So, you know what they say. I mean, at least from what I read everywhere, it's one of the hardest things to do. It's a lot harder to do body recomposition than it is to do. I think those are locked. I'm not sure. Oh no, it's open. It is a lot harder to do body recomposition than it is to do bulking and cutting. Physically, psychologically, and which in turn like affects you emotionally. So, and I don't know why. I mean, well, for me, the reason I like doing it is because like I don't want to, like the idea of like getting fat and then like trying to like cut it all off. Like I'd rather just stay the same size and like gradually work my way up. That's always been my sort of style. But everyone's got their own preference, you know? You gotta audit yourself and figure out your own body and your own recipe. I'll cut off there. I think it's gonna start raining, so I don't want my camera to get wet. But I'll see y'all tomorrow.